It is with great honor and privilege to share with you what I truly believe to be one of the most unique, unbelievable, lucrative, and fair parts of our compensation plan that I think everyone absolutely needs to understand and what it means to you and others who are looking at our company. So we call our plan the Global Prosperity Plan, global being worldwide, prosperity for the many. We live in a time in an amazing industry, and we see companies come and go. We Each company has a unique or different type of a plan, but what we have with our global bonus pool, I have never seen in my 30 years in this industry. And I study companies. I think at least once a week I'm looking at a company, an old company, a new company, just evaluating it, just educating myself, learning about their compensation, what they're doing, what's working, what's not. And I have yet to see any company do what Stuart and Kevin have done with this global prosperity pool that each and every single person can be part of. And the greatest thing is, and this is the key, what makes it so different, and what I really would like you to walk away with, is traditionally in our industry, this is what's traditional, this has been the norm for 50 years. You only have a select few, less than 1% of those associates are making the massive amount of money. And you see those people, they're always touting on Facebook, or they're the few people that go to a convention and they're making the hundreds of thousands of dollars in bonus pools. And that's because companies have normally said, hey, we're going to reserve a portion of our sales from the worldwide company, and we're going to give it to a select few individuals and really pump them up. Well, that's not the mentality of service to others. That's not the mentality of prosperity for the many. So what CTFO has done, and this is mind-boggling if you really think about it, is what they've done is they've said 18% every week of the commission value that's paid out, 18% is going to be pulled together in 3 different pools, and we're going to pull that money and we're going to share that income with 5Ks and above. And I'm going to explain that in just a second, okay? So nearly, I'm going to use for simplicity, for rounding up, 1/5 of the commissions are being divided up between all the 5Ks and above. Now, it's important to say, what is a 5K? How easy it is to get to a 5K? How hard it is? What's the reality of being a 5K compared to other companies? So first of all, the great thing is you can become a 5K in your first week in this business. It's not like it's going to take months or years. We've already seen people become 5Ks in a very short period of time. So there's no limit on doing that. The second thing is that you can be part-time. It's not like you have to be a full-time, this is all that you're doing, 100% full-time. You can have a job elsewhere or a career doing something else and still get to 5K. So again, it's for everyone that's engaging and truly working this business to get there. And there's a lot of caveats that make it easier or simpler to get there. So getting to 5K is your personal volume, the products you're using for sampling, the products that you're consuming for yourself, between you and your family, products that you're choosing to retail, products you're choosing to hand out to other people, whatever you're using the products for, your personal order counts towards that $5,000 of volume. And unlike other companies, when you hear other companies say, oh, they might use the terminology 5K, but it normally, and this is proven in most companies, if not all companies, 5K usually means tens of thousands or at least $10,000 of dollars spent, because they use what I would consider, in my humble opinion, is gimmicks and gotchas. So a 5K in another company could be based on BV, which is business volume, QV, which is qualifying volume, CV, which is commission volume. So there's a lot of ways to manipulate it so that a true 5K in another company is not 5,000. With CTFO, it's your personal volume and your team's volume, you and others, the duplication. So you bring in one person who shares with another person, through infinity. It doesn't matter. It's not like all these gimmicks of where it is. So it is obtainable. So if you're looking here today and saying, oh, I can never get to 5K or 5K is tough, it absolutely is easy to do if you're committed to doing it. If you make a goal, you write it down. That's my first step. And as Adam did so eloquently, we've got a weekly leadership income. For not only that, are you going to be sharing in the global bonus pool, but you're also getting a weekly thing in there. So I think that's incredible. So what I wanted to talk about too is that what it also means. So let's say you're brand new, you just joined this week. That means as soon as you, or if you're already in the global bonus pool, our company has been rock solid, has been growing in 22 countries, and we already have we have a tremendous amount of SmartShip customers already. We already have a tremendous amount of volume. So you get to participate in all the previous work that everyone's done. So all the leaders that have been here, day one, that pool is the entire company's volume. So it could be from someone who's been a customer for over the last 5 years. You now share in that pool, which is absolutely unbelievable. It's also, it gives the concept of what I think is great, which is the one team, one dream. So unlike a lot of companies where you might see some competition or there might be some sideline friction, you're actually rooting for every single leader. We've seen leaders in this company, and there are superstars coming involved every day. And I'll just name, you saw Kali Mintam, you saw Adam and the Ted Wilsons and the Donna Farrells, and the list goes on, and the Barry Hugheses. I can list every person here that's a leader. The Al Diaz's, the Dougs. I mean, there's so many of them. Every one of them becomes in your downline or your organization where you can share in the profits of the whole company. So absolutely unbelievable. So when you're comparing apples to apples and people are talking about it, never ever. Obviously, the $2,500 weekly impact bonus and the incredible Unilevel and the Matrix and all these things, but the prosperity plan is the prosperity for the many. And I really want you to think long term. Don't even think where we are today. So if you're already in the pool, look what's happening. I just was speaking with Kevin through a text this morning of seeing some really incredible enrollment records over the last week. And the buzz is getting out on Glutamist and Xanthomist. The buzz is getting out. The testimonies are coming in. We've seen this happen before. And when the stories begin coming in and people begin to hear about it, growth becomes exponential. So what we eventually will be doing is tens of millions of dollars a month. Imagine you're now sharing in the global and the worldwide. And why we're in 22 countries, that's just the beginning. What's going to happen and I'm not saying we're going to go there or when we're going to go there, but what happens when we go into Australia, or if we go into Asia, or we go into the Philippines, or we go into other countries that are out there? All when we take the world by storm, imagine the global prosperity pool for the many. So I want to finish with a close. Excuse me 1 second. I want to finish with action steps that you can do and how you can get into this pool. I also want to say it starts at 5, but what's great is as you move up to 10K, 15K, 25K, 50K, 75K, 100K, you participate in larger shares of the pool. So this is really important. So there's money and income for those who are at 5K, but for those who are really taking this serious and they have bigger goals, bigger whys, a bigger commitment, a bigger, treating it like a business. Each time you get into higher ranks, you're getting more shares and more incomes in the pools. And as you move to pool 1 to pool 2 to pool 3, there's larger amounts of income. I don't want to spend this training on getting into the specifics of the percentage of the pools. I just wanted to give you a broad brush spectrum of what nearly one fifth, 18% of the companies being shared by the many. So in closing, I want to share with you some action steps. I want to share with you, if you're sitting here and you've made it to the end, so you're here for a reason, right? And people that are staying to the end, there's really 2 motivating factors that people that I've always found get involved in our industry, engage in the industry, and there's a reason here. And one is you're inspired. People do things in business because they're either an inspiration or desperation. Inspiration, they're inspired. They want to reach higher goals. They want a better lifestyle. They want to get rid of debt. They want to have freedom. They want to have time and freedom. Desperation might be in a situation, hey, you're in debt. You've got credit card debt. You've got to start making some ends meet to really start, living the lifestyle that you want to have. But here's the key, and this is probably the most important thing that I've always found. Your income will always be a reflection in the long term, not immediately, because in this industry, what you do today, you don't get paid tomorrow. Yes, you do, as Kali and Tom said, we've got the incredible 30%. We've got these incredible ways of making upfront money in the beginning. Kevin shared the incredible, first 30 experience where you can go out and make $125. That's true. There's upfront fast money. There's the $700 bonus for people getting started that Adam talked about. There's a lot of great money up front when you're engaging, but I'm talking about that long-term residual income. And it always comes down to this. It comes down to how you are really treating your business. And I say this in all sincerity. I always love when I'm prospecting or I'm talking to someone and I always, they're ready to go. I always ask them a few questions, and one of the questions I always ask is, what are your goals? What would you like to make? How much income is it that you want to make in joining CTFO? If you had, and it's funny that it always seems the same thing. The answer always seems to be common. And the answer always, normally for me, when I hear is, well, I want to make $10,000 a month. Okay, that's $120,000 a year, right? And I start thinking, and then the next question is, well, what are you willing to do to make $120,000 a month? And I'm asking everyone that's watching, and you've been here long enough, what is your goal? What is your income goal? If you don't have an income goal, if you don't write it down, and I had an income goal. I remember reading the book Think and Grow Rich. And in that book, it really talked, and I've read it numerous times, and it's probably one of the best books ever to read in the history of reading. If you're looking for self-help books, it's my all-time favorite. I've worn it out. But the thing I walked away with is, write down what you want, what your mind can conceive. What you're thinking about, you can achieve. It's just amazing. And I had written down my goal. I wrote it down. It was I want to make $1 million in a year. That was my goal. And I wrote it down and I carried it in my pocket. It was a written statement. I thought of it every day. You should have a goal of what you want to do. Okay. But here's the thing. It's not only about writing it down. It's the action steps that you want to take. Now, I also want to talk to those who are here who like just being part of a community, who like their mission, their purpose is service, is really here just to be part of a community. You enjoy taking our products. You're not really looking to make a lot of extra money. You like to serve others by sharing good products. You're looking to get your products for free. If you made a few $100s extra a week or month, that's awesome. And the truth is, most people do that. And we love that part of this industry because that is very seamless to do. But if you're here to make what we'll call that six-figure income or more, my question to you is, are you every day treating it like that kind of a business? Are you treating this like a $100,000 business? Are you treating this like $1 million business? If you ask that self, when you get up in the morning and you went to bed, when you said to yourself, did I treat it like that $100,000 business, right? Answer that question honestly. And what would be the things that you would do? I think Kevin spoke about it. Go out and get those no's. Are you willing to go out and get those no's? Ask yourself at the end of the day, how many no's did I get today? How many people did I share with that actually said no? You know what I mean? What were the activities that you were doing? So the reflection of your income will always be a reflection of your commitment, your persistency, and how you're treating this as a business. Most people get paid as though this is a hobby because they treat it as a hobby. Again, I'm not speaking to the choir because you're sacrificing today, a beautiful Saturday, to focus on your business, and you've stayed this long. So I'm reaching out now to you because you're here because I'm assuming you want to take this seriously. It's what are the things that you're going to do? What are the things you can do? And if I could tell you there's one perfect way of doing things or one super thing of ways of doing this, why there's not, it's the simple things. Never quitting, being consistent every day, not when you feel like doing it, Not like, hey, today's the day that I feel like it. Doing the thing you said you're going to do. I'm going to talk to 5 new people a day, regardless of their answer, whether it's a text, a phone call, a Zoom, a 3-way, an in-person. I don't care what it is, a stranger, whatever your zone, whatever you're comfortable doing. If you're not doing that on a consistent basis, do not sit there and blame the products or the ownership or the leadership or your upline or the compensation plan. That's a reflection of what you are doing. And I'm just saying that in a really great way. So here's the key that I would do right now. If you said, Michael, what is the most important thing that you could be doing daily? And obviously we have amazing products. We have, Xantho Mist is one of my all-time favorites. Absolutely love it. I still take I take the vitamins. I use this shampoo. It's great. But I lead with a hero product, which is either the Xantho Mist or the Glutamist. That's your choice, or both. And I can see a need for both. You choose how you want to do that, whatever you're doing. Why the mist? Because it's innovative, it's technology. People can relate to that in a very, very, very big way. Okay. So what I'm personally doing is I'm leading with either, I ask my prospect, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, are you more someone interested in your health? I ask questions. I always ask questions, always. I'm never selling. I'm always asking and listening. And then another question and listening, and another question and listening. Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, are you more concerned about your health, your financial situation, or both? I didn't ask for a yes, no. I didn't say, are you concerned about your finance? Never ask a yes, no question. It's either or. So in this case, what's important to you? Is your health important to you? Is your financial situation important to you, or both, right? If they come back and say health, I'm not leading with, oh my God, you got to hear about this global prosperity plan. And you're going to get 18% here and these fast start bonuses and 700, I don't talk about that. I talk, well, great. Then I would lead with, hey, what are your health concerns? And whatever their health concerns is then I use the tools. CTFO provides you with all these amazing tools, whether it's your marketing site or all the free tools in your back office right there. You want to lead with that. And you want to get them to look at that video. So if it was Glutamist as an example, right? I say, okay, I have a 4-minute video that I want you to look at. You become the messenger, not the message. You don't have to explain, liposomal, nano emulsion, things that I can't even pronounce barely, right? You don't got to go into all that stuff. All you've got to say is be the messenger, not the message, and get great at sharing. Hey, would you do me a favor? I want your opinion. Can you take a peek at this? Can I count on you? There's words that you can get really good at doing. And hey, I'm going to text you real quickly, or I'm going to email you something. Just watch this 4-minute video on this amazing product. And then don't just do that. And that could be a Facebook message. It could be any way that you want to do it. Don't do that without asking for their commitment to look at it. And most importantly, following up. Now, at the same token, if someone says, hey, I'm interested in income or a business or an opportunity, what Stu said in the very beginning of this call, what I believe is possibly the best tool that I've ever seen, and it's for free. It's for free. It's gorgeous. It's a multi-million-dollar system for free, which is Ready, Set, Go, right? Because it's a system. They can go through the process and do Ready, Set, Go. There's 2 videos there. So if someone's interested in the opportunity, right, then I'm going to go and I'm going to send them mine. In this case, you go into your back office and you get your Ready, Set, Go, because they can say, can I do this? When a person's looking at a business, they're saying, can I do what they're doing? Can I share with others? Anyone can share a link. But more as important as prospecting, right? As important as doing as out there, you've got to follow up. If you're not going to follow up, you're wasting your time. If you're not willing to call back, don't expect them to call you. Don't expect them just to send it and say, okay, waiting, sitting there saying, okay, I hope they join. Why didn't they join? It's all, and when you call them up, it's the questions like this. What did you like most? It's not, did you like it? What do you think? What did you like most? What appeared to you the most? You know what I mean? Ask questions that will create a sense of urgency. And finally, and I know that this might be uncomfortable, and I say it with all due respect, and I can say this with integrity, I can say this from the bottom of my heart. I can say this because I believe in the company. I believe in the products, is you have to ask for the close. If you're not willing to ask for the close, you're really defeating the whole purpose. And what does it mean by asking for the close? The asking for the close is simply asking the person, are you ready to try the product? And if not, what are the concerns that they have? Because it can't be money, because there's a 60-day unconditional money back guarantee, including shipping. Okay. It can't be that. Okay. And people waste money on cigarettes and booze and all kinds of other stuff to something that could potentially, right, change their life, their health, extend their longevity, have them look better, feel better, live longer, all those great things. Why in the world could you not ask that person for that sale? Which is simply, don't just send them a link. Gather their information. Say, ask them. Say, hey, let me go ahead and take this order for you, and I'll put it in. It's not uncomfortable to say, okay, what is your mailing address? Where do you want it shipped to? What credit card do you want to use? What's the code in the back? I'm going to create a CVS code. I'm going to create is there a username that you like or that you want to come up with? You want to make sure that that's available, obviously, first. I'm going to create a temporary password you can do. Be proactive, right? Or even three-way them into the company. Hey, let's get you started. Let me three-way you into the company and let's get this order in there. Don't just make the assumption, oh, I'm going to send them the link and hope and pray. And I can say you can do it with integrity because no one can ever get hurt in our business. No one can ever walk away with a foul taste and say, hey, that company didn't work, or I was unhappy, whatever it is, because of the money back guarantee. I probably would be somewhat say, hey, we're becoming salespeople by doing that. But I can share with you that you have greater success and people will thank you for that. If you truly care and love the person you're talking to and you want what's in their best interest, there's no doubt they should be on these life-changing products. So Evie, I'm going to pass it back to you. What a great Saturday. I want to thank everyone for participating. Bye-bye for now.